Well, good morning, everybody. It is the Real Monica Adams Show. We are thrilled to have you with us. We are the mobile version. We are at home, just got done training some clients, had a great start to the day. My shoulders are feeling it already, and we literally just wrapped up 15 minutes ago. It's a quick turnaround to come to you and bring you the positivity that you need before you start your day officially. Maybe you're taking the kids off to school. Maybe you're heading off to work or run to the grocery store. Maybe you're going to your own exercise class. Great way to start the day with some mental balance, which is what we all need, right? As we start things. I want to welcome everybody from every platform because we just keep growing this show. We are on 2 different Facebook pages, and that alone takes us to over 30,000 of you. We are also on X, which gives us another almost 8,000. We are on YouTube, we are on Rumble, and we are on Instagram. So we're talking over 40,000 people starting their day with us to really get the impact of positivity, which is what we want for each and every one of you. And we love, by the way, if you're new to the show, to say good morning and let us know where you're watching from, because we love the fact that we have reached states away. And for many of you, you take us on vacation and you take us even in other countries. Keep doing that, by the way, sharing, liking, and following our live stream so we can continue to reach the masses. We're going to give you our What the Weather segment. We also are going to talk about one of my favorite things, which is animals. You know, I love my babies. Make sure you bring them in because it is raining. And for that, we're going to go to our aspiring meteorologist. We're going to talk with Beckett Moore, who is back from Hot Springs, Arkansas. Hi, Beckett.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning to you. So before we get to our wet weather, let's recap. I was like a kid in a candy store. It was so incredible from where we had a chance to watch the eclipse, but we knew that you went to Hot Springs. We obviously, if you didn't get a chance to see it, you might want to go back and watch that show. We loved it. Beckett and I sat down. We want to thank Don Ficken again for joining us, St. Louis Astronomy Society, and he sat down and talked to us and really gave us the breakdown of what was going to happen that day. I'm going to tell you what, when I saw your post, it was spot on. I know you were only 7 for the 2017 one, but I agree with you that it was so much more. At least that's what I thought. Some people said they thought 2017 was more, but I think it really depended upon where you saw it. So I can't wait to hear your breakdown. What'd you think of it all?
Yeah, it was just a really incredible moment as we reached totality, just looking up at the sky, seeing the corona. It just was something surreal, like something I guess I've seen before. I don't really remember it looking that good, but these are some pictures I took. This was just before totality. As you can see, here's the moon about to cover up the sun. The sun kind of looks like a crescent moon at that point. And then this is a totality. And if you look closely, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it here, but there's some solar prominences right here, which kind of look like flares coming off of the sun. So that was really cool to capture as well. But during totality, I mean, just looking up and seeing it kind of looked a little blue. The corona looked a little blue for some reason, but it was very cool. Now, here's some other photos I got. Another photo there of totality, and this was right after totality. Again, kind of looks like that crescent moon, but that's the sun, not the moon. And this black spot, that's where the moon is. And then right here, we do have, right, this is about a third before totality, and this is about a third after totality. So
Yeah.
those are just some of the photos I got.
Beckett, those are amazing. And I know you had your telescope and you had different lenses and lenses for your iPhone as well. Yes, one of the things that I mentioned to my husband when we were watching totality happen, took the glasses off, and all of a sudden I said, look at all those little red things. What's the red things? Those were solar flares, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And I read something, and I mentioned this the other day. There was an article that said you could put hundreds of Earths in one solar flare. If that doesn't make you
Wow.
realize just how small Earth is compared
Yeah.
to what's out there in space,
Yeah.
that blew me away.
Exactly. Yeah. And the moon is even smaller than Earth. So, and that's covering the whole sun. So that's even crazier.
Yeah, do you all agree, like Beckett just said, that the crescent sun, like, we talk about crescent moons, but I think that was what was really neat was to watch that take over and all of a sudden go, oh my gosh, before you took the glasses off, we have a crescent sun. I think it was
Yeah.
the coolest thing. I'm
Yeah.
glad you had a chance. So how was Arkansas, by the way?
It was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, you did a good job. Everybody's saying great photos, Beckett. Good morning
Thank
to
you.
you. So yeah, if you're new to the show, Beckett is a part of our team. We do our What the Weather segment. So he just came back from Hot Springs. We all hopefully had a chance to witness what could be a once or maybe a twice in a lifetime experience for you. Okay, so now we were happy that there wasn't cloud coverage on Monday. Now, lots of clouds and it's wet. So go ahead and give us what we expect for this area for the next few days.
Yes, so our weather schedule for today, we got 57 degrees here in the morning with overcast skies and a couple sprinkles around. I just have that cloud icon right now because the sprinkles are very isolated, mainly to the south of the city. But don't be surprised if a couple of raindrops hit you on your way out. And then to the afternoon, we're going to see that plume of rain move into the area from the south to the north, 65 degrees. So in the afternoon, you're going to want to have an umbrella if you're going out because we are going to see that rain around. Now, our 7-day outlook today, 65 degrees as our high and rainy. Low tonight around 51 degrees. Then tomorrow we cool down just by a couple degrees to 63 as our high. Again, some rain will be around Thursday, though clearing out as we go into the afternoon and evening with a low of 47. Then as we go into the weekend, it's looking like a great weekend weather-wise. 66 on Friday with totally sunny conditions, low of 48. And then Saturday and Sunday, we really warm up. 80 degrees on Saturday with mostly sunny skies. Sunday, all sunny skies, 82 degrees. So really warming up on Sunday. Could get even higher than that. And then into Monday, 81 degrees with some showers around. And Tuesday, 77 degrees with mostly cloudy skies. But as you can see, we're really going to be warming up into the weekend. And next week, overall, looking like a great weekend weather-wise.
That is unbelievable. In the 80s this weekend. Is that unseasonably warm?
Yes, it is. Yes, yes,
Right. So that's like summertime weather. All of these seasons seem to want to rush themselves. I mean,
yeah,
winter wanted to get into spring. Now spring wants to get into summer. Yeah,
exactly.
unbelievable. So if you could say in a few words to wrap up your experience for the eclipse, what words would you use?
I would say surreal, unbelievable, awe-striking, beautiful.
I love
Yeah,
those. Well, I'm so glad. Tell your mom and dad thank you again for all they do to support you being a part of our show, all the wonderful work that Beckett does. And by the way, we're looking, because this has become such a popular segment, we're looking for a sponsor. If you know a business that would like to be a part of the What the Weather segment, I would love to be able to get more for Beckett to continue to advance the things that he's able to do for his own channel, which I want you to follow on YouTube and on X. So look for more weather, or is it weather official? More weather official?
On Twitter, my username or whatever it's called handle is more WX official.
Yes. So be sure to look for him on X because he always does a lot of lives on there as well as on YouTube. He does a wonderful job there. He does a wonderful job for us. And we would just love for someone to be a part of this with us, be able to get him some more equipment. I'd love to be able to further his education. Remind everybody where you go to school, where you're wanting to go to school.
Our Lady of Lords right now in 8th grade, and then I'm going to DeSmet for high school, and then college. I've looked at a couple OU's. One I've really looked at, Mississippi State, Penn State. I'm going to a meteorology camp this summer, so still looking, but there's a lot of good meteorology schools out there.
Absolutely. And he's got obviously another 4 years to make that big decision as to where he goes. But again, I'm looking to further his education and I can't wait to see where he goes. Beckett, as I always tell you, we absolutely love you and thank you so much for being a part of our team.
Thank you. Have a great rest of your day.
You as well, aspiring meteorologist Beckett Moore. Isn't he great? If you're new to the show, feel free to drop a comment because he and his mother and his father regularly look at the comments as well. Good morning to all of you. Want to wish the best to Julie. I just saw a comment from her. She said she is watching in the van on her way to Mizzou. She's not driving with their Yorkie, taking the Yorkie to the eye doctor to see what's going on. Yeah, I remember you saying something. So we wish you the best. We all are huge animal lovers on this show. We're going to talk about our animals today. Are you familiar with CARE STL, that organization? We're going to talk about all the wonderful things that they do and an upcoming gala that they have. And I'm really thrilled to be a part of this. It's their inaugural gala. So a lot of you said, oh, Monica, I want to see your auctioneering skills. Well, you have to come to that. And there are a handful of tickets that are left. I love the response that they've had from the community for their first ever gala. If you're not familiar with them, let's watch this video. And then when we come back, we will talk with the CEO and the founder, Weng Horak. She'll be my guest.
Good boy. Are you a good boy? You can do it. Okay.
Envita Health and Wellness, where you can feel your best both inside and out. Envita isn't your typical med spa. They're a multi-specialty medical spa and wellness center serving St. Louis and its surrounding areas. They have ketamine for mental health and pain, IV therapy, medical weight loss, and aesthetics treatments. As board-certified anesthesia providers, Envita can ensure that their advanced treatments are provided safely with minimal to no pain. So let Envita take care of you. Call 314-394-0950 to book an appointment or online envitahealthandwellness.com.
Welcome back, and we thank Dr. Sarah Franco. She's on a mission trip right now. She sent me a picture, by the way, from where she is, and she said, if you don't think there's a need, and there was a line out the door and probably a mile away from where she is. She does these mission trips. She's got a heart of gold, and we love you, Sarah. Can't wait to have you back on Monday with our Medical Monday segment. She will be back with Dr. Neary, of course. So Envita Health and Wellness and Mid-America Spine and Rehab, our Medical Monday sponsors. Cannot wait to talk to her about her trip, as well as the wonderful things she's doing right here in St. Louis. We're going to have a woman who's going through mistletoe therapy in conjunction with her cancer treatments. And I met her actually a couple weeks ago, and she said she feels amazing. So that's coming up for you on Monday. You just watched that video, and I saw somebody say, I wish I had the biggest house. I would take them all, right? If you're not familiar with CARE STL, I want you to be all aware of the wonderful things that they do. So let's talk with the CEO and the founder, Weng Horak. Good morning and welcome to our show.
Good morning, Monica. Thanks for having me.
Thrilled to have you. Look at all those babies behind us, the ears, the tails. We love them all the animals. So for those people who are not familiar with your organization, tell us a little bit about it, how long it's been around, etc.
Well, I founded the organization in 2018, so we're going into our 6 years now. Um, and then we have, since we started, we have helped about 12,935 animals.
Wow.
And all of these animals are just coming from the city of St. Louis alone.
Yes, well, you want to tell them where you're located?
Yeah, so we are located here in downtown city of St. Louis.
And one of the things Weng told me about a half hour ago, we signed on, we were getting ready for the show. And she said, oh my gosh, Monica, she said, I came in at 6 o'clock this morning. And what did you find?
I found a puppy, probably about 3 to 4 months old, in a crate outside of our building. Actually, before you enter our building, there's like a huge parking lot. So there's two gates that are locked. And this puppy was outside of the gate. And I was opening it and I was like, what's in that corner to my right? And I saw a carrier, a small carrier, and I found that puppy in there. Somebody put him there, but thankfully they put like towel on top of it, and then I saw there's like water and and food inside. So I don't know how long he has been there, but he's safe now. He's inside now.
Yes, you actually called one of your staff and said, can you come in? Because, and this
Yes.
is something, does this happen often?
Well, recently it has been happening. Yesterday we just made a call for asking for foster because we're almost like at 5 o'clock. We saw like three puppies in a wire crate outside our door. So we had an emergency plea, and the community respond immediately. And by 7 o'clock, those three puppies are in a foster homes.
Oh,
So,
fantastic.
but yeah.
So the community definitely comes out and shows up for you, and that's what you need. So we'll talk a little bit about the foster program and all the ways that you can help, by the way. But we're looking at these amazing puppies. You've got all ages, all sizes, all different animals as well. We're not just going to talk about dogs. There's cats, and we're even going to show a goat here in just a second. But tell us about what it means to you to be able to bring these animals in, care for them, and then get them adopted out.
Yeah, so when I started this organization, I proposed to the city Department of Health if there is a way that we can convert the city shelter into a no-kill shelter. That was my goal because previously there was a shelter who was also helping the city shelter, or for those who do not knows it, it is called City Pound.
Mhm.
You know, so I cannot, every day knowing that there are dogs in the city pound that has been, they have to euthanize every week, and I can't blame them. There's so many animals that is coming in at the shelter. The city is trying their best, but I said, what about if let's say a nonprofit come in and manage it?
Mhm.
And so I made that proposal. I put together my organization, and then that's how we started. In the beginning, it was really hard because we only have one building. But right now we have two facilities where I have my administration adoption center and the cat building, and then on the other building, which is a few steps away, is our dog building where I house like about 80 dogs.
If you're just tuning in, once again, Weng Horak, the CEO, the founder of CARE STL, and we're looking at all these pictures of all these animals that have come through since she came up with this idea. Again, no kill shelter. That's what we need. There are so many animals that need our love, our support, donations. I mean, there's a lot. We've featured rescues before, and there's so much work that goes into it. You couldn't do this. I know you. I'm sure you want to thank your team. You couldn't do this without all the people that work with you, as well as all volunteers as well.
Absolutely. Luckily, I have a lot of volunteers who are on board with what we do, because yeah, we cannot do it without them. They help a lot in walking dogs, doing enrichment, and then at the same time they help on in our adoption floor. They come in here, they talk to the public, they talk about what kind of dogs they're looking for. They also do like enrichment where or staycation where they take the dog out of the shelter,
Mhm.
and maybe the dog goes to Starbucks for pop cups, all these things, or maybe go to the parks, the trail park or whatever, just to get them out of the shelter environment, because it is very stressful when
Sure.
you have almost 100 dogs barking at the same time.
That is, and that's the stressor, and that's the reason why we need foster homes, why we need people to open their homes to adopt, because you just imagine if there's just a few dogs around that are barking and barking, and the stressors that happen, right? The amount of stress that the animals are going through, you're trying to keep them calm. These pictures that we're looking at, are these staff and volunteers or all volunteers?
So those are all volunteers, and those
Wow.
are, I think, Charles Schwab like came here to volunteer as a group. Their employees came in here.
Oh, cool. So if there's businesses watching right now, they're looking for something to do as team building. That's an idea. So what's the best way for them to get a hold of you, Wayne?
So the best thing for them is to email info@icarestl.org, and that's how they can, say, oh, our company wanted to, maybe volunteer for a day or a half day, and then we'll take care of everything. And then we just ask them to come, and we show them what they need to do.
So how many hours do they usually volunteer?
There are organization who comes in here and they stayed all day.
I
They
love
make it like a day of giving for them, and they have like lunch in our meet and greet room. It's like a good team building. They clean kennels, they walk dog, they scrub the walls, you name it. They prepare enrichment items, they do a lot of things.
So Rose just said, "Bless you, Wang." We're looking at some of the comments that are coming in. Rose says we have a weekend place in the country. There's people who have animals who shouldn't. Puppies having puppies. Let them roam. Not fed enough. Covered with ticks and fleas. Wish they had laws in place there as well, but they don't. I've taken a few in, but I can't take any more. I mean, that's the thing. We all just sit there and say we wish we could save every single one of them. Do you want to? Let's go into that part, Wang. Just how difficult it is to try to get these babies to trust you, first of all, to even get into your care. Talk about that level.
It is really hard, especially maintaining a no-kill shelter. It is hard because we have to take every animal that comes in from our animal control officer. They can be stray, victim of eviction. They can be injured. They can be sick. They can be confiscated, abused, neglected. They all come here, especially if an animal control officer bring them over. We have to take them. And then we provide them care, that we provide them medical care. We make sure that they have food, water, and enrich, ensure they have physical, emotional, and mental well-being until they are adopted. And that is why it is very important for us to have foster care, because with limited space right now, we really need a lot of foster help, so that, like for this dog that just came in today, it will be nice if this dog can get out to a foster home today,
Yeah.
so that he doesn't need to hear. He's only like maybe 4 months old,
Oh,
and he will be exposed to a lot of barking at the shelter. He doesn't need that.
right.
And especially, and also at that age, they are prone to disease, parvovirus, which we have right now. We have some dogs with parvo. So we prefer that every animal, especially young ones, that they go to the foster homes immediately. And we provide everything. We provide the crate, we provide the food, medication. They are all free. All we ask is, a space at their home and their love, and for them to take care of the pup.
Yeah, we're look. How many do you have up for adoption right now?
Right now, we have about 390
Woo!
plus.
Oh my, Wang. Say that
I
number
know.
again.
If I actually, it's 395, and I would
Oh,
say 80 is at the shelter and 200 plus it's at the foster home. But yes, all of them need forever homes, so that's what we're looking for.
my goodness gracious. Okay, everybody, I know you might be sitting there and just like us. I mean, I told Wang about 5 minutes before we went on the air, I'm like, I'll be right back. I'm going to go let the dogs in because I let them go out to the bathroom really quick. I don't know if you heard me downstairs, but I'm like, hi, baby, go to sleep. We've got one, two, three. We've got three. My husband says, no more, Monica, only three. But again, we all see these animals and it just tugs on your heartstring and you say, 390. Oh my gosh. And you start making calls, which is what we want you to do. Call people that you know that are looking, or text them, or please do us a favor and share this show with them. I mean, we do. So, Wayne, you would probably love this. Every other Thursday, we do a segment called Positive Talk Time, like paw, right? With Yuppie Puppies Forever Rescue. There's so many incredible rescues that are out there. And I know you all work hand in hand because really it takes that whole community to say, hey, we've got a dog over here. We can't bring him in here. Can you bring him in? The life of a rescue, I've heard stories, is one of the most difficult. Can you really take people to the ends of the earth with you to say just how difficult it is to be able to do what you do?
It is really hard. First of all, the budget is limited all
Yep.
the time. We always have to ask for donations, especially if there are medical care, and if there are, a lot of animals that comes in daily, and some of them needs emergency. Our clinic, no matter what the time, they will have to come over. Just last week, we have a mom, it's a bulldog who's giving birth, and our clinic has to do an emergency surgery. It's 3 a.m., and we have to call the staff to come over at
Yep.
3 a.m. to perform that surgery to save the dog's life, and it's really hard. And then when you are, you have a shelter that is so full, then you have staff who are really demotivated because every day animal comes in, they will probably adapt out maybe 10 a day, but
Mhm.
then maybe 10 animals come in as well. So it's tough for them. They are trying their best to, make sure that they still are professional in facing the public. But yeah, between them, we are giving them the chance to at least talk to each other and kind of take care of themselves as well, because mental health care is also very important. And
I was
when you
just going to go there.
are,
I was just, I mean,
yeah,
that's what I think you all should be hearing right now. That is the level of, you just said, oh, think about the roller coaster ride of emotions that you all go through. You're so excited adopting out 10, and then all of a sudden you turn your head and here comes 10 more and then 10 more, and it becomes overwhelming. I mean, so what do you do for your staff and your volunteers as far as taking care of their mental health?
it was really tough. And sometimes, we do like a simple gathering with them, and with the staff we do like a weekly meeting to make sure that we kind of catch up with what's happening, to take care of themselves. We offer like massages if they want to go for a massage,
Good.
all those. We offer like some gatherings every Friday if they want to go out and have dinner like a family and talk about what happened during the week, all those things. It's just hard for them. And then whenever there is a probability of a time off, we tell them, you can have a time off if you need to, because it's really tough for them.
Sure.
Because there are animals who come in that are sick, and they take care of them, every day for like 10 hours a day. And let's say the animals don't make it because it was so late for this animal to come over. And when they die, you can see them. Oh my God, the emotions is so hard. And usually it is our caregiver, my vet clinic, and even the adoption floor who like tries to find foster for our hospice dogs or our sick
Mm.
cats or our sick dogs. It's just tough. And but you know what? At the end of the day, they all come together, they hug each other, and they're like, there will be more, and we have more here at the shelter that we need to take care of. And we gather, we have what we call we have like enrichment, like play yard, and we go there, we sat together and we talk about how, when we are with this dog, when it was alive, how was it, like how is your experience with this dog, those sort of thing. We just need to be really kind, when that situation comes.
And so again, Weng Horak, the CEO, the founder of CARE STL, and Michelle is dropping a bunch of wonderful links in for you, how you can see more about what they do, as well as see the animals that they have up for adoption. I just showed on the screen, and people hear this and they see it over and over again, but I don't think it really settles in. If you have an animal, one of the most important things that you can do is this on the screen right now. You want to talk? I mean, Bob Barker used to say it all the time, right? Spay and neuter your pets. And I know we all would laugh about it, but it's true. We need to do that, right?
Right, and that's the thing. Once this animal enter our facility, they have to be spayed and neutered.
Hmm.
That's and it is an ordinance here in the city of St. Louis, and then we implement it. We just want to help them. It's not only yes, number one is overpopulation,
Yep.
but at the same time, you're avoiding cancer. There are so many sickness that is going on. I have seen so many pyometra in female dogs, and we have to do a lot of surgery on those things. It's because they are not spayed, or and they're not neutered.
Again, trying to take care of these babies. We're showing you the impact report just from 2023 alone, and the level of care that they're able to provide at CARE STL, from the veterinarian care. We just talked about the staffing, the volunteer aspect. I know a lot of you have written in the past and say, hey, do any of these organizations and these rescues need volunteers? 100%. The answer is yes across the board. But they also need donations, because you can imagine the level of care that they have to do for all of these babies. I mean, just think about the care that you have to do for your own animal, right? So they're taking care of hundreds of them before they ever get adopted out to you, which is something that they need from a volunteer aspect, obviously, to take care of them, and then two, from a monetary aspect. There's a big gala coming up, by the way, and we are thrilled to be a part of it. The Real Monica Adams team will be there. We will be auctioneering and doing some MC work with Julie Tristan, a friend of mine. She used to work with Y98. She's with KZK. I believe, Weng, is she a part of your board as well?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's one of our board of directors.
Yep, Julie is a huge animal lover like myself. We're going to take a quick break. We have more. If you have any questions or comments, by the way, about CARE STL, let us know. Weng Horak, the CEO and founder, my guest today. We'll have more when we return. We need women to lift women up.
Let's do that.
Being on Monica's show, it was like one of the best interviews I've ever had.
Monica's very real, and she really cares about people.
She's changing lives.
Changing lives.
I think this is just really what people want to see.
Giving back so much to the community, and I really appreciate it.
Today, Monica was extraordinarily real, not only with me, but with her viewers and her listeners.
Made the interview process like talking to a friend.
How are you doing? Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a few weeks.
Hey. You're close.
Monica. Whoa.
So go out in this world and be anything you want to be. But before you do that, first, be kind.
That's right. Be kind. Be kind to each other. Be kind to the animals. I love that promo so much. And there's a new one, by the way, that our wonderful team is putting together. Can't wait for the launch of that. So thanks to our wonderful Zach Kimball and Hannah Gassman doing all these editing and everything behind the scenes. If you're just tuning in, 7:31, it's the Real Monica Adams Show. Thank you, by the way, for being a part of the show. And our CEO and founder of CARE STL, Weng Horak, our guest today. Somebody asked Weng, where does your love for animals come from? She said, thank you for having her on. Hope people continue to help her. So Weng, I'm guessing from a little girl, you've probably been a big animal lover, but what made you get into this?
Yes, since a little girl, yes, I have a dog, and then right now you can imagine how many I have at home. But I was in a corporate world for a long time, and then one time in my office here in St. Louis, downtown St. Louis, I saw a lot of people walking dogs, and I was like, "Oh, honey, I'm excited. I've seen a lot of dogs again." And so he was like, "Let's adopt one," and we did from this local shelter. And from then on, when I started to listen, and I don't know if everybody know Randy Graham. And I told my husband, "Oh my God, do you know that guy?" And he was like, "Oh yes, he rescued a lot of dogs." So I started following like the rescue organization that has been rescuing animals, and I saw how hard it is for the animals here in the city with no place to go. So I was like, okay, I have a business background. Why not? Maybe I could help. My friends were all like surprised for me, when I did it, but I was like, maybe I can do it. Maybe this is going to be this. I'm very passionate about it. I love all kinds of animals. So I was like, I'll do it. And I did. We're on our 6 years now.
Yeah, you're doing it. And again, we've got a gala we're going to talk about coming up, but she just said all kinds of animals. So hang on, Weng, talk about this one.
So Gilbert, this goat was found roaming in one of the park here in the city, and so they called animal control. And I was like, "Okay, Wang, you'll never know what you're gonna get today." I said, "Okay." It's a goat. It's a baby goat. So I was like, "Where will I put?" Believe it or not, he went into one of our office, and you know how goats are when they like poop all the time.
Oh no!
So I was like, I need to find a place for him, and luckily, I sent a picture to Randy, and Randy was like, "Oh, that goat is coming over." And so when we found they are not allowed in the city, so the animal control will bring animals that are not allowed in the city, and then we find them their forever homes. We find placement for them.
Gilbert the goat. So yeah, she mentioned Randy Grimm. I hope you all had a chance to see that beautiful piece that we did with Randy and Randy's Rescue Ranch. Weng's you're a director with the ranch, aren't you?
Correct. Yes.
So she does a lot of work, not just for what she's doing with CARE STL, but with Randy's Rescue Ranch as well. Really, truly, her heart is huge. Linda says, "Bless you, Weng, and your entire staff. You all have such big hearts." 100%. So here's what we want. We want you to have a big heart. And a lot of you have been showing up, which is amazing. Here's the great thing. I'm going to show it to you on the screen. But Weng and her team came up with the idea for this spring gala that is coming up at the Four Seasons Hotel, St. Louis, as you can see on the screen, Friday, April 26th, 6 p.m.
Yes.
And you came in the beginning, as anybody does on the board, and they come up with an idea to do a gala. And your original idea was for how many tickets, Weng?
150.
And where are you right now?
262.
She just
I
keeps
know.
opening it up because the community keeps showing up saying that they want to be a part of this. So you're going to cap the tickets at how many?
300.
Okay, so there's less than 40 tickets available. Sponsors showed up big time as well to help out CARE STL. Best in STL to adopt, foster, volunteer, and donate. You can see it right there, icarestl.org, and getting an opportunity to see your best friend. Are you going to have any of the animals out there up for adoption?
Yes, we'll have puppies and kittens.
Uh-oh, that's dangerous. I might have to bring one home.
Yeah. Yeah, so our gala, it's on April 26th. It's Journey to Our Forever Home. So there's two meanings into that.
Yeah.
Yes, we have a lot of animals that we're trying to find forever homes, but our facility is also smaller and we want to help even more. And we want to be in one facility where we have our adoption, our clinic, as well as our animals. It's just so hard to manage it right now, but we're able to manage it in the last 5.5 years. But I think in the next 5 years we need like our own forever home, so it will be easier, and then financially it's also easier to manage an entire facility.
Absolutely. Yeah. Growing out of the home because there's such a need for that. So, in those last handful of tickets that are available, if somebody wants to go and be at the gala, and for all of you that were teasing me the other day saying, Monica, we need to see your auctioneering skills, well, you have to come in person to see that take place because I'm going to raise some big money so we can help them continue to do the work that they do. So, how would they purchase tickets, Wayne?
All they need to do is go to www.icarestl.org and then /spring gala.
Okay,
Or
icarestl.org/spring gala. Tickets are available, but not a whole heck of a lot. They've already opened it up from 150 all the way to 300. Cannot wait. And if you've never been to an event, by the way, at the Four Seasons, it's one of my favorite locations to have a gala. So let's break it all down. So for those that are looking to purchase tickets, tell them what they'll experience that night.
oh my God, they will have we'll have dinner, of course, live entertainment, silent auction. We'll have raffles and live auction. Our live auctions are really good. It's maybe I can give you a
Uh-oh.
hint.
Hang on, say that again.
STL City
Say that again. You cut out for
soccer
just a few
team.
seconds. Say that again. You
We're
cut
gonna
out for a few seconds.
an experience. Okay, we'll have maybe on the live auction, someone can bid on experience with STL City SC soccer team, or yes, or an experience with the Battle Hawks meet and greet.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then the best part is, well, how about following our animal controls for the day and find out how they find these animals on the street, and how they rescue them, up to bringing them into the shelter, and then how we take care and vaccinate them, and then up to putting them in their kennel. That
Oh,
is a priceless experience for me.
absolutely. So that way you'll see firsthand what these amazing men and women do in the clinic aspect. You've got so many different things that people are enamored with that they don't know what all takes place. They just know that you've got these incredible animals for them. So many things that, again, if you didn't hear in the beginning, it is a no-kill shelter. So preventing euthanasia, there's a program for that. We've been talking about the importance of spaying and neutering. How many veterinarians do you have on your staff?
I have two. I have two
Wow.
veterinarians in my
That's
clinic.
that's
Yes.
a lot of animals for two people to take care of. I mean,
That's correct.
this is the reason for a gala. This is the reason for donations. This is a reason for growth. If someone volunteers, again, here's a look at the many levels of what happens when you volunteer with CARE STL. The clinic support, again, walking the animals, showing them love, which is what they really really need. Feline care, the dogs. We talked about dogs and cats as well, and just the show of support. What do you want to say to the community that has already shown up? The businesses, like we showed earlier, that show up for you.
I invite them to come over and see how, our animals and see the real thing that is going on in our community. This is a shelter that really cares for the animals, no matter what kind or what situation they are in. They are all welcome here at CARE STL.
And see, cats and dogs can get along and play together. They're there. Can you tell me a little bit about the dog on the right?
The dog on the right, oh my goodness, that's we call her Mary.
Mhm.
And she has been really hard to adapt out because we have just like us, we don't like other people. She doesn't like other dogs. And so it was hard for her, but when she came in here, she also have like obstruction, but you know what, after working with her and really not giving up on her, we even put her in a preventing euthanasia, which means she's priority in all outcome that we want for a dog. She's priority in terms of looking for an adopter. And guess what, someone from Kansas City says, I'm gonna take Mary. And you can see now she, after I think this is like 2 months ago, the mom that sent us this picture and said, guess what is Mary now? She's an official federal support dog. I mean, who would have
Oh,
thought? Yeah.
what a transfer. She's now a support dog. Now she's giving back and she's helping. Mary, way to go. And thank you, by the way, to the family in Kansas City, because again, it can be far reaching. You might be thinking of family here in St. Louis, but look, here 4 or 5 hours away, you've got a family that was able to show a forever home for one of these babies. And there's a lot to be adopted out. So we showed you earlier the impact report, but again, the power, you want to talk about the power of your reach?
Yeah, we have right now actually we have grown into 35,000 on our Facebook, and then our um donor base is now at 16,000, and then luckily our website has a lot of clicks lately. In fact, in the last 15 days we have 80,000 clicks on our website. Yeah.
Congratulations. Again,
Thank you.
icarestl.org. Go to that, see all the work. And a lot of you, maybe this is the first time we are introducing you to CARE STL. I mean, again, I mentioned earlier in the show, there are so many rescues, so many incredible human beings that are doing this on a daily basis. They travel all over. They'll go to these, oh my gosh, what do I want to say? Puppy mills. They'll go
Puppy
to
mills.
these pins and all the things that exist out there that none of us can even fathom what they see. Look at these animals and how Wang and her staff and other rescues are able to take them from that. I mean, look how emaciated these dogs are. They're literally holding on and just looking for someone to take them back and give them the type of care that they need. I don't know how you do it on a daily basis. It would just tear me apart. I would be crying nonstop, Wang.
It is hard, especially when, like this morning, I just look at this shivering puppy in there, and I started to cry on that video that I just posted on our main Facebook page. And so I was like, oh my God, here we go. It's like, but you got to be strong for them as well, and so that you can take care of them.
Absolutely. Yep. So again, if you want more information about CARE STL, it's icarestl.org. And the gala that is coming up April 26th, as I mentioned, there are only about 40, less than 40 tickets that are available for this. I want you to continue to do that wonderful work. And for all of you that want to come out and support a rescue and support a no-kill clinic, because that's really what it's about, go to icarestl.org. It's 6 p.m. on Friday. Tracy says we were just there a
Yeah.
couple of weeks ago visiting a couple dogs. It was definitely an eye opener, and I left feeling very sad for all of those animals. Wonder how many dogs all of these employees and volunteers have. I told my husband we are going to end up with a lot of dogs, aren't we? Yeah, that's actually a good point. How many of your staff and your volunteers end up fostering and adopting them?
All of them. They all my staff, they cannot afford to leave like a sick dog or a sick cat here. They will say, I want to take this home until we can find a permanent foster. And our volunteers are the same. They come in here every day. They walk dogs, and if they can, take a dog for a day or overnight staycation at their home, then they take them too. It's a lot of them has a lot of animals now in their home.
I bet. I mean, that's the thing. I was talking to, I mentioned Jessica Cook with Yuppie Puppies Forever Rescue, another wonderful organization. I told her, I'm like, I'm sure every one of you see a dog come in and want to take it and bring it into your home. And you get to a point where you look at your house and go, I don't know, can I fit in another one? Because again, you know that it's better than leaving them in the shelter. As we mentioned earlier, all the barking dogs, it's just the stressors it goes through. Marilyn just said, Wang, you are truly an angel on earth. Your heartwarming story is so touching. God bless you and your staff and volunteers and board members. So one more time, it's
Oh,
icarestl.org, and you can look into the foster program. You can look into the donation aspect. You can look into volunteering. You can look into the gala. So many levels of things that are available to you. Thank you, by the way, for what you do. Thank you to the staff. I know it's not an easy thing to do. But and hopefully one day we would be able to say that all the dogs are adopted, all the cats are adopted, and that it's empty there. I mean, that would be good. Tracy said, so do they benefit from just one overnight, or does that confuse them even more? We did think about doing that and are still thinking about doing that. Can you tell a difference when an animal comes back from a staycation?
yes, absolutely. It benefits the animal, especially once they go to a home. We find out, the what is their behavior at home. So now, and then we get like your feedback about how the dog behave if you have other animals at home, or if the animals is because they are so stressed here at the shelter. So even just sleeping for one night in a calm and quiet environment gives them, it just give them mental, it boosts their mental health. And when they come back to the shelter, sometimes they are different, they are more lively, and they are now again looking forward to get out of the shelter.
I think
We have never experienced a dog that came from staycation and was very you know sad about coming back. They become like lively, and now I guess they are looking more forward to being out of the shelter again. I guess they finally realize, oh, it's not just these four corners, that there are people who will come in and will take me out. And so it really helps them a lot, and it helps our adoption team in terms of talking about this dog now to a prospective adopter, because we'll say, guess what, this dog spent the night in one of our volunteers or one member of the community, because a member of community can come and do the staycation.
okay.
And then these people will say, oh my God, he's so good at home, he's so well behaved, he's potty trained, he didn't do anything. Those are the things that is very important for us to know, so that we can promote them during for adoption.
I think it was a really good question, Tracy, because that's the one thing that we all wonder is if we take them out and we are fostering, but we absolutely know we can't adopt them, and then we have to give them back, are we doing a disservice to them, or is it showing them the possibility, which I think is what you're saying, that this is what's waiting on the other side, and more of those type of days are coming, hopefully,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
All right, so we're going to take one final quick break, and we're going to give you the information about the gala one more time. I also have a lot to tell you about with regards to events coming up, and a question to all of you for our next Cultivating a Vision night. I'm going to put that out to you and to see what the best date is for you. Is it a Wednesday? Is it a Thursday? So stay tuned for all that. We got about 10 minutes left in the Real Monica Adams Show.
You are truly an incredible human being, and just what you're doing is so inspiring. This was really a cathartic experience for me. So I appreciate you, love you. It's been an honor to not only just be here on set with you, but just to sit in your presence. You inspire everyone around you, from your motivational speaking to your podcast here, to just being the human that you are.
It's just such a joy to be able to see you at this point in your career. Really following your passion, fulfilling your dreams, and encouraging other people to do the same.
I feel that I've been missing out. I believe God places people like you in people's lives for a reason. You have definitely been a God wing for me.
It is a great way to start the day. You never know what topics we'll be talking about, but I always love to ask you if there's something that you would like to see on the show. Please let us know. Just reach out to me at info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com. And as you see on the bottom of the screen, please share and like and follow all of our live streams, the growing list of all of our platforms. And thank you for showing up every day. And I know you all have a big heart for animals just like I do. So as we mentioned, Friday, April 26th, Weng Horak and her staff and volunteers, they'll all be there as they continue to raise money for the wonderful things that they're doing. The outreach of the community of purchasing the tickets has already been amazing. They started with 150. Now they're closing it at almost 300. So one more time, it's Friday, April 26th, starting at 6 o'clock at the Four Seasons Hotel, downtown St. Louis. The journey to their forever home, your dog's getting a forever home, and then their journey, because they are outgrowing their facility in the city, continuing to help you. Weng, thank you so much. And please thank all of the staff and the volunteers for what they do. A volunteer opportunity awaits each and every one of you as well. And then if you want to donate, you can go to icarestl.org. Looking forward to meeting you and excited to join my friend Julie Tristan. We're going to do a little co-MC action, and then I will do the auctioneering. I love the fact that you've got in your auction items an opportunity for people to see behind the scenes. And you know, it's kind of like people used to always want to shadow a police officer. What do they do in a day? Shadow a firefighter. What do they do? I think this is National Firefighter Week, by the way. So shout out to all the firemen and women out there. But the same kind of a thing, to see what happens. And finally, I'm sure, a very eye-opening experience to see the beginning of finding these animals not being taken care of, and then being able to bring them in. A lot of prayers, a lot of positive energy sent to each and every one of you, because again, it's remarkable work. We're going to end with this. Lisa says, bless you and your volunteer angels for animals. I rescued my cats a couple years ago in a county shelter. I was looking for one, but I knew I needed to keep the sisters together. I also rescued my dog. Now one of my cats has something going on. Kidney stones or underlying issues. She's only about 3 years old. It is expensive to take care of the babies, but we would do anything, right? And you have to, by the way. That's a good point to bring up. When you make the decision to rescue an animal, you're not just saying, oh, cute, let's bring them in, and it's only for the good times. It's just like a baby. The good times, the bad times. You got to be all in, right, Weng?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it's so important. Again, thank you so much for featuring this awesome organization. And thank you to all the rescue shelters caring for the animals needing care. Absolutely. So it's CARE STL, icarestl.org to find out more information. Weng, thank you for all that you do. I'm looking forward to meeting you in a couple of weeks.
Thank you so much. And you know what? Thank you also to Yappy Puppy, because they sometimes pull some dogs from us. So,
oh, really? Well, yeah. And that's what I was saying earlier. I'll put it at the bottom of the screen. If you don't know, Positive Talk Time is every other Thursday. We'll be back with Jessica Cook next Thursday. Our shows are live at 7 a.m., by the way, at Yuppie Puppy Pet Spa in Cottleville. Yeah, she has actually talked about all the work, the collaborative effort that takes place between all the rescues, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We are collaborating to a lot of local shelters.
Fantastic. Weng, thank you so much for what you do.
Thank you. Thank you, Monica, and hope to see you soon.
Well, you will in just a couple of weeks. Again, that's Weng
Yes.
Horak. She is the founder and the CEO of CARE STL. So it's icarestl.org. Check that out. And then for all of you, just to give you a little rundown of some things that are coming up. First of all, I want to know on a Wednesday or a Thursday, my wonderful friend in Canada, if you have not had a chance to come to one of these nights, they're called Cultivating a Vision. And can you believe this? We are on number 5. That is coming up for you in May. But we want to know from you. Would you like it to be on a Wednesday or a Thursday? Because we've done both. We looked at the possibility of May 8th or 9th. There are other opportunities throughout the month of May as well. But let me know, is a Wednesday or Thursday better for you? For those of you that have been already, but also for people who have not had a chance to come yet. And you can find those past shows, by the way. I have recordings of those. Okay, so Kathy says on a Wednesday. Michelle just said tomorrow is National Pet Day. How ironic. So Wednesdays and Thursdays are what we have looked at. You're saying the 9th. Oh, well, that would be a Thursday, even though you said Wednesday. So which is it? 8th or 9th? The 8th is a Wednesday, the 9th is a Thursday. Stephanie says Thursday. Kathy, you said Wednesday, but the 9th, however, is a Thursday. So Wednesdays and Thursdays. I'm going to put that out there. I'm not going to stay on the show waiting for everybody to pop in, but later, just let us know. We will let the majority rule that. You can pop into this comment. You can email me and say, Monica, I want to be a part of it. I do not want to miss Cultivating a Vision part 5. So let us know. Some are saying Wednesdays are better. Some are saying Thursdays. That's what we want to know. We want to have the majority of you there live. Yes, you can always purchase the recordings. And I do have 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you have not had a chance to be at those evenings, you can purchase those recordings. They're only $10. And you can, again, I'm not going to say you can catch up because each night is different. I think number 3 and number 4 have been some of my favorites because we went really deep into breathing work, meditation work. In fact, the last one, Kasha took you through aspects of letting go of cutting the cord. That's what she called it. So there's a process of cutting the cord. And my friend Michelle made me a t-shirt years ago. I mean, this is like 15 years ago, that said, cut the cord and watch me soar. And it really is. Have some of those cords and the negative energy from other people made deep roots into you. Do you feel like you cut the cord and then they had roots and they're attaching themselves? So it's amazing what we're able to do. And when you get that aha moment, suddenly the path becomes clearer of really what you're meant to be. So if you, somebody just said, I don't have a VCR. No VCR. I don't know what those are anymore. It is a digital recording, Kathy. So that's a link that you watch and no VCRs. Anyway, Cultivating a Vision part 5 coming in May. We will announce the date very soon, but we're going to see whether Wednesdays or Thursdays are better for you. Coming up on April 20th, have you purchased your ticket yet for Ruby Lee? That's the first concert that my team is going to be a part of. We will be out on stage. We'll do a little ramping up before she comes on and then bringing her on stage. I'm excited to be there with you to see her. She has been a wonderful guest on our show, but to be able to see her, and you've got to witness that in person. Her vocal ability and her talent is just absolutely mind-blowing. So 2 opportunities so far, and there might be more to come, but on Saturday, April 20th, tickets are available through Rickman Auditorium. That's being put on, by the way, by the Kiwanis Club, and I'm going to try to get them on next week before the concert. There are tickets still available, but don't wait. I know a handful of you have purchased tickets for that. So Michelle will drop that link in for you through Eventbrite. There are 2 opportunities, though. If you cannot go to that one, then 4th of July, she will be at Defiance Ridge Vineyards, and that'll be a wonderful holiday we can spend together. We'll bring her out on stage, and we'll stick around for the dual fireworks that will take place. So again, Ruby Lee, April 20th, and Ruby Lee, July 4th, 2 different locations, okay? So those are some of the things coming up. Tomorrow, I'm going to talk about fair weather friends, a huge topic that so many of you have talked about, and we're going to make our wonderful friend, we love her, don't we? Kathy Kilo Peterson. She is not only a sponsor of today's show, but I'm going to make her a sponsor of that segment tomorrow as well, because we talk a lot about forced friendships. We talk about fake friends. We talk about fair weather friends. And that's going to be a huge show tomorrow. That will be on tap where it'll just be me and you together. And we haven't done that in a while. And it will be impactful. Make sure to tell everybody, tune in for that. If you're struggling in friendships, I want you to tune in for that show. Kathy, we love you. Thank you for everything you do. You and your staff, all of them together combined, have over 120 years of experience. They're beautiful people. And they always say the same thing that I do, is to be kind. State Farm champion, right? kkilo.com, 636-561-6460. And then on Friday, don't forget, we have Friendship Friday, and Dot Fleshman. She is wonderful. She's with Coldwell Banker Gundaker. She is a wonderful real estate agent. If you have any questions, by the way, as we get into the spring and the summer housing market, be sure to tune in for that. Not only will we talk about the housing industry and any questions that you have if you are looking to purchase a home or sell a home, but we're also going to talk about friendship. So there's 2 days in a row. She is absolutely not a fake or forced friend or a fair weather friend. She is true and true. Do you have all of those? Yeah, I know, right? Kathy said, get rid of the fake people. I agree. God will guide you. I know all of you say that you want to have more of my devotionals that I do on the set on Mondays and Tuesdays. I'm looking for one that really connects with me, but I always give you that faith and that hope and the positivity and the optimism. That's what guides me. So trust me that there is never a day that God doesn't have his hand in this story. Just understand that he is blessing. If that is not your thing, then just please have some type of a higher power that you realize is out there showing you the right path that you need to follow. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in today. Please share this show with others that didn't get a chance to see it. And let's tune in tomorrow, not only for the live show, but also the audio show. If you don't know, we do have a podcast on top of the talk show, and that is recorded and it drops on Thursdays on all the audio podcast platforms. Tomorrow, it's Andy Way. We loved him. That was several months ago, but a lot of people don't get a chance to see every show. So listen to that one tomorrow. Take in his message. He's doing wonderful things for the community. So 2 opportunities for us tomorrow, the talk show and the podcast, live and recorded, 7 a.m. and 8 a.m. Love you all so much. Remember what I always say, go out, be anything you want to be in the world. Grab your umbrella, by the way, when you do go out, and show kindness to every single person that comes across your path. God bless you all.